I genuinely feel like God gave me fashion. I just didn't seek it out. Like it was literally just given to me. I wanted to learn the business behind fashion. And in my mind, it's like, I already got two things against me. I'm a woman and I'm a black woman. So I want to make sure I know the business so nobody takes advantage of me.
What was the process like designing a dress for the Little Mermaid red carpet event?
I found out while I was doing Instacart.
For your 15-year anniversary, you are pivoting.
Thrilla Seven is having its 15th anniversary celebration and debut runway collection and runway fashion show. So the theme of the collection and the theme of the show is Yo, give me some.
Yo. Welcome to the Black Privilege Podcast.
What's up, beautiful people? We thank you so much for tuning in to another fresh episode of the Black Privilege Podcast. This is a Lion's Den Studio original presented by the One Life Collective. I myself am your host, Michael Coe. To the left of me, I have... Go ahead, man. You can introduce yourself this time.
I mean, it's Matt Coe.
We call him Matty Ice. Just to, sometimes he's a little...
I'm sorry, it was mom.
Do we need to do this over?
I'm recording.
Yo, keep these in the bloopers, bro, because this is unbelievable.
Oh, okay.
Yo, how our guests?
I knew better than you, Matt.
That's crazy.
Dang, no, keep this.
It was mom, so like it went past the do not.
Oh, okay. You can't be mad at that.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey, it's mom's. I'm sorry.
Shall we just carry on?
Yeah, just carry on.
All right, just carry on. All right.
Keep calm.
All right.
Carry on.
Yeah, she introduced herself before she got to the episode, yo. Anyway, all right, hold on, because I didn't want to mess this up.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Sometimes I need my cars. I mean, I am a vet, but sometimes I need my cars. Now, this is one of my best friends, so I'm going to make sure I do her justice. This is Cierra Jaye. She is the CEO and owner of Thrilla Seven. That is spelled THRILLA space SEVEN. Don't get it twisted, all right? She holds a lot of credentials, but one in particular, she was a 2022 South New Jersey Millennials 30 Under 30 Trendsetters Award recipient. And more importantly, yes, we can clap on that. Most importantly, she is celebrating 15 years of her ownership, creativity, and CEO awareness, as I guess I would say, because she's the sole owner of Thrilla Seven's existence. Her clothing brand is where she combines a daring and confident woman that feels right at home. Yo, audience, Cierra Jaye.
Oh, what an introduction. Thank you, Mike.
I try. I mean, different strokes for different folks.
No, that was cool. I like it. Thank you.
Anyway, so being that you're a guest on the show, we usually start off with the mental health check-in. And I'm gonna let Matt start that off, but essentially, we just want you to tell the people how you're feeling.
Okay.
And yeah, go ahead, Matt.
All right, so I mean, this week we'll just keep it simple. On a scale of 1 to 10, like Mike said. And then after you give us, a number, say why. And then I guess just one question on what are you grateful for? And then I was really like thinking, because it is Mental Health Awareness Month, right? And how are you feeling? Because sometimes we don't like take a second to like really like think about how we are feeling. So just how are you feeling, like organically, like what goals do you have, like personal goals, like when it comes to the mental health that you want to like maybe accomplish in like the next 3 to 5, or what can you do to improve your mental health?
3 to 5 like years?
No,
3 to 5
months, like short term.
Okay. So number wise, I think I'm at like an 8.5. I'm at like an 8.5.
That's good.
I wouldn't give myself a 9 because that's way too close to 10. Because I just have a lot of like open tabs and moving parts on a day-to-day basis.
Okay.
Especially with, what I have coming up. So, but I feel good. I feel grateful. I'm excited. I am a little overwhelmed, so that's a very transparent answer. I am overwhelmed with all of the tasks that I have on my plate in this immediate moment. But that's just because I'm so used to being like hyper independent, and I'm like slowly learning how to like allow people to help me with things. So that's why I'm a little overwhelmed. And I think the overwhelm is coming from also adjusting and learning how to like let that happen. So
it's more like waiting for things to get done because you delegated responsibility.
Yeah. And like trying not to micromanage or be like, okay, have you done the thing yet? And it's like, girl, don't get on my nerves. Like, yes, I'm going to do it. In 3 to 5 months, I don't think that overwhelm will be there because I genuinely do think I've adjusted. I will have had adjusted to that. And then also allowing myself to like take in some time, because right now with the spring season, it's been a lot of like moving parts. And I usually get to like chill a little bit after that kind of dwindles down, like midsummer. So I'm excited for that. But yeah, 8.5. Proud of that.
Like that.
Yeah, no, I like that. Mike?
Oh, okay. Right now I say I'm at like a 7.8. I know that's random.
No, that's cool.
I mean, I start work tomorrow for my summer internship. Okay. So, I mean, I'm grateful, just finished my second year of law school. So, that's major.
Where I got an intern.
Super proud of you.
This summer.
I'll be working for the state this summer. I'll be working in the legal affairs department.
Okay.
Dealing mainly with administrative law, regulatory compliance. And I plan on doing some expungement work with the Clean Slate Initiative. So we'll see how that goes. But
that's good.
Yeah.
That's real good, actually. Proud of you.
Thank you. But overall, dealing with my mental health, in the next 3 to 5 months, I'll be training for a half marathon. So I think that'll definitely help. And then I think, I don't know, like more outdoor activity, more moving. I started playing ball a lot more lately, which is great. And yeah, I think just finding ways to just like handle my stress in a healthy way. So yeah, how about you?
1 to 10. Today maybe like a 8.
Okay.
It's just like I mean, I don't really have too many stresses, and like I look at things like if you can't really like change what's going on, like why stress about it? Like, so that's why it's at an 8. But I mean, honestly, like certain people, I feel like there's triggers. You feel me? Throughout the day, like if you talk to certain people, you might go down to like a 6 or like a 7, but you can't allow yourself to stay there. Like so.
I feel that.
That's why like it's at an 8 right now. Like, but it's just school. I got school, and that's about it. Like I'm trying to make that a priority. I got like one more project to do. That's kind of due like tomorrow.
No effects. I gotta dress you.
But like honestly,
I got a whole gown due tomorrow.
Honestly, I just like looked at it like it's an assignment where I just have to gather information, like people's opinions. So I'm gonna just text a couple people and then just get those results multiplied by like 2 or 5, and then we got the answers.
I don't want to put you in no bind, y'all. Like, because if this is going out here, I don't know what administrators are saying this.
Hey, listen.
As long as you get it done.
Hey, listen.
As long as you get it done.
By the time this episode drops, the assignment will be due. So we'll be good.
I feel that. Well, all right. So I feel like, what do you plan on doing in the next 3 to 5 months to get your, like how you're feeling like a little bit overwhelmed and whatnot? Like, once some of the tasks are done that you have set for yourself.
Well, she's basically saying she's gonna by then learn how to adjust.
Wait.
Because I know sometimes you like the vacation type, like you be like
talk about it. I haven't had the luxury of doing that yet this year, but it's on my to-do list. But you know what's so healthy about not doing that this year? is I'm learning that maybe that was a form of escapism.
Yeah, and not dealing with the issue.
Mhm.
And like I would deal with it, but like in my mind it was almost like in order for me to do it, I want to be in a different space. And I think that the more healthier way to do that is like being in the discomfort
and then dealing with
and
it.
without having to find the need to go elsewhere
and then you always can go after, right?
Yeah, right. Because I don't want to get into the habit of accompanying like good healing outside of my norm so that my norm doesn't feel heavy when I get back to it. Like, oh, this is, you know what I mean?
That's real.
Like, say I leave.
Real. And then you come back.
Yeah,
and
it's just like
everything that you left is still right there.
Yeah, in a way, because it's like I did the work. I did what I needed to do to get out of that mindset. But then when I come back, because I've equated going away to the place that gets the thing done, it's like coming back might, you know? So I realized that like maybe not lean into, now don't get me wrong, ain't nothing wrong with leaving.
Yeah, oh hey, I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you.
Maybe not in the way that it's like in order to, I have to.
Yeah.
You know.
But I like that.
Yeah, but no, trust me, it's a trip or trips.
But that's actually self-awareness on your part though.
Yeah.
Like I think that's important. Truly, I think that's important because sometimes in order to realize that, I mean, you can make a little bit different an adjustment in your mindset on how you think about things.
Yeah.
Like I like that you're attacking it rather than I love that for you.
Thanks.
No, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I get it because you don't want to associate having to like, you know, go away in order to fix that problem. You know, like, but
well, yo, I just want to say, I didn't forget the video guy, Danny Baez.
Yeah, back there, yo.
Holla at us real quick. Tell us how you're doing, man.
I didn't have a mic for a reason, bro. I'm kidding.
It's okay. It's okay.
I can't even see myself, but it's all right.
Yeah. Like he said, scale of 1 to 10.
Scale of 1 to 10. I think I'm about a 7.
Period.
7. Getting a lot. I always go to work. I need to stop doing
that money, bro.
Yeah, but
I need to stop thinking about work though. But obviously, it's you know.
What do you mean, like when you go home, you're constantly thinking about it?
he was saying he was about to tap into a work. He was
I was about to talk into a work topic, and that's always where I start. I got a son now. Like I need to
was
like.
keeping the hat. I really like your hat, the dagging hat.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. My brother gave me this hat.
Why?
But I always start with work. I need to start with my son first. So my son is doing good. He has a little eczema on his face, or a lot of eczema on his face, which is making his sleep and everything else throughout the days. Yeah, he's very uncomfortable. So just been managing that. You know, I'm just pray that he, you know, I just feel like since we brought him home, we haven't been able to make him comfortable because, you know, obviously he was in a NICU for a while. And then now, like, he still has a stuffy nose. Like, when he brought him home, like, his airways, like, was super tiny, so he couldn't breathe well, so. And now he has eczema on his face, so he just hasn't been comfortable since he's been home. So, that gets a little heavy. But, you know, God is good. God is good all the time. So, and he's brought him a long way, so I have nothing but praise for God. Fuck. I don't want to get emotional.
Don't get emotional. It's okay, bro. It's okay, bro.
It's a blessing.
You're not on the mic. You're not on the mic at all.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm seen or not, but all I wanted to say is you got to think about it like well, I was just thinking when I was younger, you know, like my parents had one thing after another, you know, born with a dislocated hip, you know, had 3 holes in my lungs, you know, like so there's a period of time, you know, like where it might be hard, you know, like but do what you got to do, you know, just be present, you know, and it's not going to always be this way. You know, like, look at me right now. You feel me? Like, I'm good now.
Yeah.
You know, like, and my mom and dad was stressing, but
it's true. It's not true.
Just believe in God, you know, like, keep doing, and don't stress too much. It'll be all right.
That's why I be calling your ass randomly at night.
Y'all gonna have to
Well, we just nigga, we ain't gonna mess that
See,
up.
this
We
is
ain't gonna mess
why
it
the
up.
mental health.
but that's
no,
real.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's so real.
It's real.
Well, listen, y'all are all in my prayers. You're gonna
Thank
be
you.
just
Appreciate
fine,
it.
but,
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. So
Yeah, she a
much.
prayer warrior. She get that from her
Absolutely.
I
grandma.
mean, we all need to be prayer warriors. We all need to be. Yeah.
Yeah.
But other than that, like everything else is like not everything else, but life is good though. Life is good. Oh yeah, so I did a Make-A-Wish. I was doing a live gig at Make-A-Wish Gala, and you know where they shot Severance at? Have you seen Severance? Like that building.
Oh,
It was there. That was cool. It was fun. You know.
Word.
Yeah. Have some opportunities with Make-A-Wish. But you know, the studio's doing well too. Definitely picking up from where we were in the winter, which is great. Thank you. Appreciate it. And the wife is doing well as well. So all in all, I got nothing to complain about for sure.
Word. I love that, bro.
I'm out of here.
Yeah. So does that conclude our mental health check-in, my boy?
That concludes the mental health check-in for this episode.
All right, yo, well, we thank you so much, Cierra, for tapping in with us with that. All right, now let's get to it. Let's get to it. I'm just gonna like be real corny real quick and just first tell everybody how I know Cierra Jaye.
Corny is cool.
It's corny is cool. That's what I'm saying. We met in high school.
Freshman year of high school.
Freshman year of high school. We met in marching band. I was on the drum line. She was part of Color Guard. But she always was like super kind, like just very easygoing, very, very nice, but also just always like real stylish. She always just had like a really interesting, unique like way she expressed herself, especially with like the clothes that she wore. And there was a point where I think because you ended up transferring. You transferred after sophomore year. I do remember going to your Sweet 16.
Oh my God, yeah.
I remember going to your Sweet 16.
What a time, huh?
Yeah, I remember that. And then I think it was sometime we had a period where, you know, like obviously we went to college and all that stuff. We, you know, obviously.
Yeah, no, we fell off.
Yeah, like connection obviously through Facebook or Instagram, but I think it was, was it 2021, I think, or
Yep.
so around that time we like reconnected, and was it Founded Farmers? I forget what restaurant or First Stop. It was
Turning Point.
Turning Point.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember we
met up for brunch.
We met up for brunch, and it was like
we never skipped a beat.
It was like I
like you my bro again.
And yo, for real. And ever since that, we've been, you know, lockstep, like, you know, we'll check in. We don't talk every day, but we check in.
No, but you're definitely one of my best buds.
That's the homie.
For sure.
That's the homie.
For sure.
So I want to start off by, I want people to understand your background. I want people to know like the Cierra behind Thrilla Seven.
Okay.
Like, can you talk a little bit about who you are?
Okay. We want to.
Yo, you can go.
I'm about to say because
do what you want to do. Hey, like you can tell people your background, where you come from, and then talk a little bit about like your educational background, and then like if you want to bridge it with, you know, things that you love about yourself and what, you know, how your influences, your personal influences led you to where you are right now. Go ahead.
Okay. So I was born in Jersey. I was raised for a partial time of my childhood in Jersey. I moved down south with my grandparents. I lived with them for 7 years, which is funny, 7. But yeah, they taught me a whole lot. Like they instilled a lot of like what everybody sees today, you know, and who I am. And then when I came back, obviously middle school in Jersey. I went to high school in Jersey, college in PA, went to IUP, Indiana University of PA. I studied fashion merchandising there, business management there. And I started my company in high school, believe it or not, which most people don't know.
I did not know that.
But it wasn't Thrilla Seven. It was 2 other things. So I started as jewelry. Started with jewelry first.
Okay.
And that was another name. And then it switched to Thrilla Killer, which I don't even know.
Wait, hold on. I think I remember that.
Yeah.
I think I remember that.
And
Okay.
then I rebranded in 2011, which makes so much more sense. Thrilla Killer is crazy. I was doing the shoots like this. Like, what? It's not even
Like
who
you
are.
feel
Yeah,
like, nah,
what?
like you are not
Absolutely
like that.
not,
Nah, like-
man.
I mean, you're a killer
Period.
in the, but like like okay.
Nah,
But
that's-
nah, it's like, you
Not take 'em out.
you start realizing when you're trying to uphold to the brand and not the brand be in alignment with who you actually are.
Mhm.
You know, so I was like, let me just cut that out. So that's been a blessing. But all in all, like my interest, I can pivot from talking about the work stuff and the passion stuff for a second, but my interests and my passions include so many things. Like sometimes I try to I never put myself in a box. That's one thing. I never try to put myself in a box. But I do realize that I have so many avenues of things that I'm genuinely interested in. I love to travel. I love bringing people together. So I'm an only child. So I naturally, whoever I am drawn to, I always want to have experiences, full-on experiences with them. And then once I realized I was like that, I wanted to make sure I can create that for as many people as possible. Like just events or experiences. Really, really big on creative entrepreneurship when it comes to the business aspect and just showing creatives how they can expand on what they're doing and all of that. I absolutely love hobbies. Just if it's a puzzle, if it's cooking, if it's teetering with something, if it's crafts, I'm just all for all of that stuff. But I also have a very tomboy edginess to me too. So I love all the things I guess I shouldn't love when it comes to action stuff or four-wheelers and ATVs and doing the whole bit. I don't know.
Nah, that's like
Being that I actually need my hands to work every day. I
get what you mean.
You know what I mean? Those type of things. I like daredevil stuff.
But you said you don't like boxing yourself in, so
That's true. Yeah, no. That's why I don't, because I feel like once I decide to do that, then I'll figure out a way to not like all of those things. And it's I don't want to do that.
But that's crazy though, because you come up here in a dress,
Yeah.
with some heels on,
Period.
hair done, flicking up,
Period.
and then I just want to know. All right, I see that side, I'm not gonna say.
You can't say whatever you're about to say. What?
I'm about to say the classy, but I was gonna say bougie.
Absolutely not.
But
Okay,
I know
so
you're not
got that.
bougie.
Yeah.
But it's if somebody were to look, you know, you kind of got the Marilyn Monroe feel going on right now. But
I feel that's my everyday.
yeah, but I'm just so what is Cierra like? Because I haven't seen this side. You on dirt bikes? You on ATVs? Are you are you aggressive?
I grew up down south with
On dirt roads?
on dirt roads. I was
Yeah.
just about to say on pebbles and dirt roads, and literally, I mean, the camera can't see, but both of these scars on my feet came from skateboards and a four-wheeler. Come on, let's be so for real. But yeah, I mean, I think with all of us, we're so multi-dimensional. That's the word. Multifaceted. I'll say that. I think that's what gives you your aura. That's what gives you your je ne sais quoi.
Say that again.
Je ne sais quoi.
Hey, yo, Danny, you gonna have to put that on a little banner.
That's what gives you your je ne sais quoi. So I think it's cool that from the outside looking in, people wouldn't know exactly who or what I am until you get to know me. I think that's the blessing in us as humans, all of us.
And so you said you were raised by your grandparents for a little while, came back to Jersey.
Yeah.
What are some of the most important lessons that you have learned from them?
Oh man, we would have a 3-hour episode. I'm so for real, but I'm going to try to make it as concise as possible. My grandparents taught me, well, let's just picture it for a second. So I grew up in a little town called Whiteville, North Carolina, and it's very southern, down home. Everybody knows everybody. There's 2 sides of the town. It's a very long town, but it's not wide at all. You can get to either side of it in 15, 20 minutes. But it's, it's a little deep. But a lot, and I mean, at the time that they were raising me, they were already elders, right? So naturally, their social crew, I mean, they were a deacon and a deaconess, and their main social crew was called CCU, which is Christian Couples United. And every month they would.
That's important. I ain't laughing.
Hey, I love being with CCU. I loved it. They didn't call it CCU. I did. They just call it Christian Couples United. I feel like old people don't
they don't
abbreviate nothing. They just say the whole thing. And it's okay. But Yeah, and it was I think it was either 13 or 15 like married like couples, and they were all Christian couples, and they were all like seniors. So they would rotate every month where they would like have dinner at each other's houses, and then they would like have Bible study together. And I was always the only kid. Always. And I absolutely loved it. Like I loved it. I did.
Really? So what would you be doing?
I would just be playing, or I would be eavesdropping on what they were talking about.
Okay.
But I always felt, again, I'm the only child, so I always felt like comforted by them. You know, I always felt safe. And obviously they knew where I was and all of that. So just having that as like one of the stepping stones, and then also just being involved in like church and in community, and just always having like just a very familiar feeling with everybody in town. It was like, it was a comforting upbringing. But what they instilled in me was the importance of respect and kindness, and having like a grateful heart and a grateful spirit, and to be mindful of, you know, what you do and what you say and how you carry yourself, most importantly. Because the thing about it was just me. So if I cut up or acted up and somebody saw you cutting up or acting up, then they were going to get on you for cutting up or acting up. And then they were going to tell your people about you cutting up and acting up, and they never going to get on you. So it's like, all right, it's not even worth it. So that just like, it taught me a lot. And then it also gave me what I realized later on in life, is that it gave me so much wisdom. And I thought it was natural. Like I just really thought it was just, felt like everybody had it, right? But I realized it was because who I was with for a good chunk of my childhood had already lived so much life.
Yeah.
So what they were sharing onto me were through a long life of trial and error.
Mm-hmm.
So by the time I got 13, 14, 15, and I would meet like people my mom's age and stuff, they'd be like, oh, you got such an old soul. And I'm like, oh, I do? Like, I think I'm just regular. But then as life would go on, I realized that was a gift that they gave me. And I'm so grateful for that, because it taught me how to be personable. It taught me how to be very intentional with being mindful of people's feelings, and also created a level of empathy within me too, that I can't just shy away from, no matter how hard I try to. So those are all the great things that they taught me. Well, not all of them, but a good chunk of them.
Well, I'm glad you told me that, because I was thinking about, so you're talking about your grandparents, more or less, like it seems like those intangible moral values, that foundation that you have. I think what's very, very important is anytime that, I think and I'm not even trying to just, you know, box it into like a consumer. They want to know that, like, you walk into a store, you know, you want to know that customer service is A1. If I'm buying a product from someone, like the people I meet, you know, they have some level of decorum. But I feel like in any sort of relationship building, that's extremely important. To be intentional about, you know, like the respect factor.
Yeah.
And it seems like you started you started much earlier in your child. So because you said you started your business, even though it went through some iterations as you were thinking about what you really wanted to settle with. I guess it's a two-part question. How much were your grandparents, your parents involved in your business when you first started out? And then why even start your business without going to college? And then what was that like? Like that whole transition from,
I see.
Yeah.
So I went through a phase as a kid, like my earliest memory of like being asked like, oh, so what do you want to be when you grow up? For a very, very, very short period of time, I did the generic, oh, I want to be a doctor. I hate looking at blood. Never would have worked. Absolutely not. Oh, I want to be, you know, this, that, and the third. And it's like, it just sounded good. But I only did that for a little bit of time.
Okay.
I always had a genuine desire for like style and fashion, right? Always, always, always. And it was because of my mother and my grandmother. So and I know I've been talking a lot. I know my mama gonna be looking at this and be like, girl, dang, I don't exist. Like, but so my mom was a single mom, absolutely incredible when it came to making sure I had like the best, you know, that was possible for her. She never skimped on that at all. But she was super stylish. She is super stylish. Both she and my grandma were always like into fashion. Like some of my earliest memories are watching them prepare to like travel to stores, like, or mapping out like certain items. And they not only cared about the look of something from a very, very early age. I always watched them prioritize the quality of a garment and how something fit, or like if something was made cheap, like I would hear them say like, but the thing is they didn't knack like shopping reasonably or finding something that was on a deal or whatever. They just knew how to really finesse it and make it look, they knew how to shop for their body and what they were, and what they were attracted to style wise. And I always loved that feeling that they exuded when they were having this experience together, like watching how excited they would be together to obtain a piece or to really like put together a look, or like that was so exciting to me, because I'm like, dang, I sure can't wear what y'all wearing, but I just want that level of excitement, when I can get it, type of thing. And so it was always like, oh, I like this, like I like fashion, like it's not, I really liked it from a very, very, like some of my earliest memories too are like being in a stroller, getting out of the stroller and having, like when you get a suit or like a dress, well, y'all don't know, but when you get a suit or a dress or whatever, how they have like the extra little packet that has like extra buttons or extra threads or whatever. Well, dresses, they do that too with extra little beads or sequins, or, if you pop something. Child, I would be in Franklin Mills or in the mall, Cherry Hill, whatever, and they would lift me up to put me in the car, and I would have all these little packets like stuck under my leg because I would think they were pretty, and I would just pop them off and just save them. I don't know what I was going to use them for, but they just look good, and that obviously was a little thing, and I genuinely do remember that. So that was always like instilled in me. But my grandmother taught me she didn't teach me, I didn't learn how to actually sew with a machine until I was in high school. But she taught me how to hand sew when I was 7. And after that,
7 again.
It was all around me. I mean, maybe we'll talk about that, but 7 is like ingrained in why I chose 7. But yeah, and I was like, okay, I like it. The way she introduced it to me was as if I knew how to do it. It was like, oh, just tack this real quick before we go to church. And I'm like, okay, whatever. And I did it and I liked it. And I just kept doing the things. And, that was just a part of my everyday life. She always jokes, like when she's reflecting on stuff, she always jokes about how kids would call like early in the morning. Yes, like on the landline, like with the long cord.
Yeah.
And she would be like, it's 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning. Like, oh, can we talk to Cierra? Can I talk to Cierra real quick? They were asking me what they should wear to school.
Oh,
fit.
And she'd be like, y'all gotta get ready to get on this bus. Like, what are you calling her for? So it was all like, I genuinely feel like God gave me fashion. I just didn't seek it out. Like it was literally just given to me. So that said, when I decided that I wanted to go to college, I always, even when I was in middle school and high school, like I had a thought about being a fashion designer. But I always thought it was too daunting. Like I thought you had to be in New York or LA and you had to have a awesome portfolio or go to like a design high school or whatever. So I just boxed myself in of thinking something fashion, either a fashion journalist or a buyer, visual merchandiser, like something in fashion I would be okay with. I felt like leading with, I want to be a designer would fail me too soon. And God was like, okay. And I went into college as a fashion merchandising major because in my mind, I didn't want to go for fashion design because I feel like if you have it, you have it. I wanted to learn the business behind fashion. And in my mind, it's like, I already got 2 things against me. I'm a woman and I'm a black woman. So I want to make sure I know the business so nobody takes advantage of me. And if I ever do decide to go in fashion design, I already have the umbrella of all that I need to know from the business standpoint. So I don't have to rely on anybody to do that work ultimately for me. That's smart. Then freshman year of college, I was like, all right, so we doing the fashion designer thing. And by sophomore year, I was making stuff for almost all the girls on campus, and it just blossomed from there. So.
Well, you gave us like a little bit of, I know you said this was before you kind of branched off on your own, but you did a couple fashion shows.
Yes, I did. I did. The first one, so in college, I was I VP? I don't want to lie. I think I was vice president. anyway, for the visual merchandising club at IUP. And visual merchandising is usually when you go into a store or a mall, it's what you see on display, how the store decides to tell the story for the consumer to perceive when they walk in. So I was in the club there that did, displays and all of that. And I was like, oh, let's have a fashion show. Like, let's do a fashion show. And I also designed for one of the modeling troupes on campus. There was 2, and they were like rivals, I guess, whatever. And but at one point I designed for both. I just didn't tell the other. I designed for both. Like,
that's unbelievable.
So, all right, I'll just go with the one that I like the best. I mean, hey y'all. But when I did that and I designed for all their shows, it's like, oh, I like this. I think visual merchandising should have a show. And we did. And I put some of my designs in there, and I got other designers, and we got some other like local companies and brands to like be a part of it. And I really liked how that felt. So I'm like, okay, I gotta find and by the time I had the second one, so I'm saying but they were under the organization at the school.
Yeah.
But by that second one, I figured out a way to put my name on the marquee, honey. I made sure it was at the very top, Cierra Jaye and
nah, that's real though.
BMC IUP. And once I got a hold of that, it was like, okay, I can really do this. Because at that point, Thrilla was reputable. It was a reputable brand on campus. So people were starting to get familiar with what I offered and what my design aesthetic was. And I think having the show itself just broadened it completely. Yeah. But yeah.
You gave some you gave some words about creative entrepreneurship. And I love the fact that you talked about how you were very intentional about learning the business behind it, because you felt like you were already behind a ball based on your gender and your race. I want to kind of segue that into what has now become Thrilla Seven. And Matt, I'm sure like me and you have had conversations about creative entrepreneurship. So if you think of anything you want to ask here as well, that'd be great. Talk to me about, you felt like, I mean, obviously it had some different changes, but first of all, tell me the purpose behind the name.
Okay.
And then, because obviously I know that's going to be something, but then also tell me the challenges and your greatest wins, if you want to do it that order. And I'm sure as you talk, there's going to be some questions that come in there. Yeah. So, yeah.
Okay. So Thrilla. So there's obviously 2 parts of the name. So at its core, before I talk about the name, at its core, I've always designed the garment and the brand itself around Thrilla Seven to make sure that I'm marrying the theme of garments that are daring and pushing the envelope at all costs, but still remain very classy, have classic structures, and exude like an indefinite charm, right? So for me, that looks like I'm going to give you a nice structured silhouette, but we're going to try to get that slit as high as possible on that leg.
Oh, okay.
Without it making it look like, why the heck did she wear that? It's going to look classy. It's going to look tasteful. It's going to make people see a woman who's exuding how daring she is or how confident she is, or, all of those things. And so that's it. Thrilla is obviously a spin on thriller, which for me is edgy, it's raw, it's a little like, I don't know, I wouldn't even say rugged because I don't really like that. But I think it's just an edge. It's always been an edge. Thrilla gives that balance of having, and it sounds good, it flows off well. And I just, when I was thinking of, what to name the brand, it just instantly flowed. I mean, by all means, it started off as Thrilla, whatever. We won't say that anymore.
That's out.
That's been out. And 7, there's this, God is so good. Like, I've always said that we are living our lives out backwards. There is nothing by happenstance. Like absolutely nothing is by happenstance. I genuinely believe that.
Me as well.
And 7 has been so entangled in my life and my life's work that I would be so naive to think that I just decided to wake up and like the number. Like, no, it's just so engulfed. So like, so much so that I, sometimes when other people say their favorite number is 7, I'd be like, but not like it's mine though. Like, not like it's my
So if I were to say that, you would give me that look?
No, not really, but it's like, how deep do it go for you for real? Like, you know, right. But then I realized that that's another level or like form of connection. That's a very, very solid like conversation part to like talk about somebody having a favorite something and then realizing how aligned that 7 could be, right? Mm-hmm. So for me, 7, when I first, it started out the opposite way. I picked my favorite number to like go with the name of the brand. I was like, oh, let's think about what my favorite things are. And I just listed them out and then I started to talk about like, you know, what things do I like? And I'm like, all right, well, the number 7. Like that sounds good. Thrilla 7 sounds good. And then as life would go on, I started realizing all of the ways that it made sense and then why it made sense for the brand, not the other way around. It's like I did so much living and then it like confirmed it even more. Mm-hmm. So 7 is like very classy. It's the number of completion. The number of years that I lived with my grandparents, our address all added up to 7, and like it's just crazy. Like
sometimes you don't want to bug out because
like,
you see all these connections,
like,
but it's like it's like standing out to you like unconsciously.
Seriously, like even like their address now is 7. Like it's so weird, and I'm just like, okay, whatever. It just goes with everything. So marrying the two together, that edginess with the classiness of all this 7 exudes, not just what people are familiar with, but what it means to my life. It just made sense to marry the names together. I
like that.
What was the second part of the question?
The second part was basically like, what is one like challenge or one obstacle that you experienced maybe in the beginning, and then like something that you can say in this process of throwing this event that you're.
I think for me it was at the very beginning. I hate to say it, but I didn't have any. It's like I started out as it was
so you're
commodity.
Saying because you didn't have any like challenges?
No, I'll get into all of it because I did end up having some. But when I first started really, really going with Thrilla, it was exactly what I wanted it to be. The brand itself was curated exactly how I wanted it to be curated. It gave off the exact message that I wanted it to give off. Okay. All of those things and Thrilla 7 in itself in its very early stages remained for a good period of time, like a good 3 to 4 years as a hot commodity. Like it was literally a commodity. And I leaned into what my consumer wanted. I paid attention to how they reacted to the things that were tricky within the business, and I didn't ignore it just because I wanted to do it. Like I really leaned into that, and because of that, it remained fruitful. What I started realizing though is that its capacity was becoming inverted because of how it was growing so steadily, and it was always just me. So what people started to, or what I noticed is that people were starting to question. So everything at Thrilla 7 is made to order. Well, was made to order at the time. Okay. So that meant if you're typing in Thrilla7.com and you're going on the website and you're purchasing one of my designs, right? Your confirmation includes a note that says, you know, you'll receive, thank you so much. You'll receive your order in 14 to 21 business days, right? So once I started realizing people asking like, well, why does it take that long? And then I would, you know, explain that it's made to order. Then that turned into, oh, so these aren't just designs that I'm seeing that are like coming from somewhere or that are fast fashion. Like you're actually making this thing. So not only did it grow their appreciation for Thrilla 7 in itself, but it steered Thrilla into a different direction, into couture. So once people realize, oh, I have the email of this company from my confirmation when I purchased something from them, and I'm seeing this person along with, obviously we had a fleet of models that we use. And let me reach out and see if they can make me a birthday dress or a prom dress or a party dress. And being that was originally how I started in college, I just decided like, okay, I'll take this. And then we went into couture. And then from that, we went into bridal couture, which was completely unbeknownst to my vision for Thrilla. And there's an actual funny story about that in high school. My best friend in high school, my Sweet 16, who I had my Sweet 16 with, she would always say, we had home ec together, which is also where I learned how to sew on the sewing machine. And she would always say like, oh, you're going to be like this bomb fashion designer. You always dress so cute. Da, da, da. It's like, girl, like that's what you're supposed to say. Like, you're my best friend. Like, you know, pipe me up. What should I say? Gas me up. Yeah, gas me up. Like, okay, cool. She was like, you're going to make my wedding dress one day. I'm like, yeah, okay. Fast forward. Again, this was before I even thought about really like doing fashion design. This was before college, the whole bit. So fast forward, it's the end of 2018. I took my mama to Mexico for her birthday. We're chilling. I get a phone call. And it's her.
Saying she needs.
And she's like, hey, see, it's time. And I'm like, time for what? Like, you having another baby? Like, what's going on? And she's like, I'm getting married. I need you to make my wedding dress. I'm like, girl, what? I've never made a wedding dress before. She's like, oh, you about to now. When I tell you I was scared, like literally not just fearful, not just like, oh, how am I going to? I literally was scared. Because, all right, you have somebody that's not only believing in you, but trusting you to do a thing that you've never done before. And the people that are going to be there at the wedding are people you grew up with. So you got to do it right. So she lived in Florida. I missed the first plane. Was there in the airport, everything. I thought it was a sign. Like, oh, I'm not supposed to be doing this. Went there. Everything was fine. I posted the gown after I did it. The day after the wedding. It went everywhere. Literally everywhere. That dress, like she said, single-handedly spearheaded Thrilla 7 into bridal couture. So one of the hiccups that I had in Thrilla was that pivot. So we have a whole following,
because there's only one of you. That's basically why.
But not even that. We have like a whole following or fleet of support, like years of supporters that were used to Thrilla as a ready-to-wear company.
But I'm saying you had to make that switch because you can't.
Yes,
because there's only one of you. You can't.
So it wasn't like I could like do the ready-to-wear, have that handed off to somebody. I wasn't at that stage yet. I couldn't do it yet.
Okay.
And that it became tricky because then it was like Thrilla, in a way, it kept going, but in a way it took a pause. To everybody else from the outside looking in, it was as if it took a pause. So that was a major challenge for me. But yet here we are almost 15 years later and the pivot has happened and that's no longer a challenge. So yeah.
Now, all right, so I'm glad you mentioned that because I think
perfect segue.
Yeah, perfect
Absolutely.
segue.
I like
perfect
how I did
segue.
that. Low key.
Yo, so
yeah.
I want you to tell people about what you got going on for
That was so good.
Yo,
I actually really like that. Yeah. What they say, ate that a little bit. Just a little bit.
Yo, I just wanted to know for your 15-year anniversary, you are pivoting. This is huge.
Yeah.
Like, this is huge. I wanted you to tell the audience and the listeners what you have in store for your 15-year anniversary.
Yeah.
And talk about that pivot.
Yeah.
And looking at you back then, where you had your believers believing you, like your best friends. Now you got a whole swarm of people who believe in you. And this is something that is huge. So talk about it.
So Thrilla 7 is having its 15th anniversary celebration and debut runway collection and runway fashion show. Thank you.
Yes, I love that. Okay.
And the title of the show is Finally, because it's like after all these years, I feel like people naturally assume that we would have had a show by now. But wasn't the right time. And I'm all about making sure that timing of everything aligns with what God wants you to do. And finally has 7 letters. So it just makes sense. Like everything just ties. It's so
Yo,
funny.
it's corny, but it's like, yo. Yo, that's what's up.
It happened so organically. Like it just came, the title came so naturally. And then when I count out everything, when I counted, I was like, here we go. All right, perfect. So we're going to have a fashion show July 11th.
Okay.
In Philadelphia. At the Grindhouse, which is actually a multimedia production studio. And they just created a umbrella to allow, it to be a venue as well. So I'm super excited. 14,000 square feet. We did a complete buyout, period, for the venue.
I'm gonna tell you this. She sent me a few of the videos, Matt, of just the space. Bon appetit.
I'm so excited for it.
I'm excited for it. I'm excited for it. But all right, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So for that, and this is okay. So I've been purposely keeping the theme of the show in the tuck for this podcast.
Oh shit. Yo, Danny.
I really have.
Yo, we gotta put some drums on this mug. On this mug. We gotta
drum roll.
I have. So the theme of the collection and the theme of the show is 80s, 90s corporate. So think Pretty Woman.
Boomerang.
Think Boomerang. Yo, give me some.
Yo, I wanted to. Yo, I swear to God.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
I swear to you, that was on my. I wanted to ask you. I was like, yo, I wonder what your influence was going to be. And I was like, yo, because I was watching Boomerang like 2 weeks ago. I was like,
I just watched Boomerang for the first time like last month. I didn't realize that was the vibe. And somebody was like, you need to watch Boomerang if that's... And I'm like, wait, what?
Yo,
I
don't know why I just got so excited. Well, I was already excited.
Thank you for that.
You know my dog. Love
that. But
all right,
yeah, so 80s, 90s corporate. So yes, think that... so we're going to have like immersive like activations. We're reflecting on... where Thrilla has been in a way. I won't spill at all.
You don't got to do all that. That's for the audience.
What we're planning to do with the show is to show where we've been, where we are now, and where the brand itself is going to be going in the future. And it's tying in all together all the things that we've done, and what I thought was a hiccup, or what I thought was a challenge, or what I thought
some old pieces like.
It's not going to be any old pieces in the show. It's actually going to be a completely new, ready-to-wear collection, which is something that I have.
Hey, do you have any vintage pieces by chance? Like any vintage pieces
from Thrilla?
Yeah.
I don't want to spill on that. I'm gonna say C, just because saying the yes, but I'm not going to talk about how we're doing that. Okay. But yes, but because there's been such like I could say like iconic pieces in Thrilla's catalog that it just makes sense to like show it. And also it's very important for me to show where Thrilla has been. Also because it is, I mean, I'm not big on taboo anything. Like I like being, I love mystery, don't get me wrong, but I'm not big on like taboo. I'm big on being transparent and being intentional. And the elephant that doesn't have to be in the room is that, Thrilla ain't put out nothing in here. Oh no, we've been doing Bridal. And with Bridal, it's only one wedding, at least I would hope. It's only one wedding at a time. And all of those clients are one of ones. They're couture, hot couture. So it's like, you're not seeing that on the website because I never intended for, at the beginning, I never intended for Thrilla 7 to be just a bridal couture company or just a ready to wear company. So now that all of that has been done and I have the experience with it now, the subsidiaries of Thrilla 7 that are going to become these things, I have I have the experience now. I have the quality for what it should look like and feel like. So tying all that together in the show to like reference it is just allowing past supporters to feel like, I was there from the beginning. And now I get to see where they are and where it's going to go. But also there's a world of people that don't know what a Thrilla 7 is. So introducing them as a company that's wise, that, has had this length of longevity. Thank God for that, especially in this climate. in this climate that we're in, it's very, very tough to maintain a business in this social media world that we're living in, and where everything is at a much, much faster pace. Slow fashion is not that attractive to a lot of people. So I'm grateful that we're at a stage where slow doesn't have to mean ancient. We're able to speed it up a bit, but also allow people to appreciate the work that gets put into each of these garments.
Now, first of all, I'm excited.
Thanks.
I'm so excited. And I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
And I mean that from the bottom of my heart.
Thanks.
And the last thing well, two things, because I want you to do a plug for the fashion show and let the potential ticket holders who haven't bought a ticket that need to buy a ticket.
Everybody needs to buy a ticket. As sure as I'm talking and sitting here today, and sure as you're watching this.
Yeah, we're gonna do a little plug, but I want you to talk about like the behind the scenes process. And that was one of the biggest pivots we were talking a little bit about off air about, starting off kind of mainly doing a lot of things on your own, but now like just specifically with this fashion show, how you've had to pivot and rely on a community. Talk a little bit about that.
It's forced me so much to step outside of myself. I'm so used to just, I'll get it done. I'll do it. Oh, no, it's cool. I'll do it. I'll knock it out. When I tell you, it's been such a culture shock to allow people to like do for me with what I'm working on. It's a blessing. I'm so grateful to have that. But I'm grateful that there's hands where they need to be, and they don't absolutely need me for their work, right? So it's not that I don't have any problem with not feeling needed per se. I love to feel needed, but I think it's taking some getting used to in that adjustment, right? Sorry, because I'm doing the tangent. Remind me of the question again.
No, I was just saying.
I'll go.
No, it's okay. I'm just
I'll get
just
emotional real quick.
just to remind you, just now having a community for this fashion show, how you've had to kind of change your mindset.
I see.
Yeah.
So one thing that I will say, like I mentioned earlier, I've always loved the idea and also the work that goes into creating community and maintaining community. Because being like just by yourself all the time, like an only child and all that, it like teaches you how to prioritize community. And it teaches you, well, for me, I can say, because I'm sure for some people it doesn't. It makes them even more inward or selfish or whatever. But for me, it's like, I think in order to curate community, you have to be able to like dive into it and lean into it. So the only thing that I feel like I was lacking was I didn't want the communities that I built to feel like it only works if I need them doing something. So if anything, I felt like I approached it from a different way. Like, oh no, let me do. So you're comfortable here. But I think that the service is your community. I think it makes them feel like you can't trust me with a thing, or you can't trust me to show up for you. Like, and I think that's a disservice to the people that care for you, or the team that's willing to take what it means. They believe in you, right? That means that what vision you have, they're willing to help you take it to the top as well. And it took me so long to allow that, because I felt like something that's my baby, it's only going to be its best if the person who's thinking of it is doing the thing. But if anything, it slows you down, because you can only do but so much as one person. And when you have people who are genuinely excited and interested and very innovative and insightful, it allows you to kind of see, not kind of, 100% see things from a lens that you never would have even thought of before, So that's something that I'm very, very grateful about. And it almost makes me kick myself for like, girl, why were you sitting on this for so long? You know what I mean? But again, with everything comes time. And with everything comes the lesson when you were supposed to learn it. So I'm just so grateful that, yes. And I'm thankful that because of all that work that I did do interpersonally and within community over the years, it did make the people who are working with me feel so comfortable and so ready to help. I believe because of the way that I've shown up it's like, oh yeah, absolutely. What do you need? Absolutely. You know, now the delegation part is still tough for me.
Mm-hmm. Hey, we all walk.
You know, it's still a little tough, but you know, I'm very, very grateful for, that's the pivot that it's kind of caused me to take in a positive way.
So do you want to do a quick little plug? After that, we got some rapid fire.
Wait. Before you do the plug, right? I just had to ask, what was the process like designing the dress for the Little Mermaid red carpet event?
That's so good. And I'm so grateful that you asked that.
That was on my Q&A. That was on my Q&A.
So, you know what? Oh, this is a great segue for actually some, and I'm sure we might touch on it a little bit later. This is a great segue to talk about not being too prideful or shamed of doing what needs to be done for the thing that you believe in. And I say that because a lot of times, especially because of social media, people are they have such a mindset that it has to look or feel a certain way, but you're only being fed reels or highlights of what someone is doing, what a brand looks like, or what a community looks like sometimes. Just do all the parts. And it might not always be sexy. It might not always be attractive to you. You might feel like nothing is working out, or you shouldn't be at a certain stage of your life when a thing is taking place. I found out that a gown was on the red carpet for the Little Mermaid premiere while I was doing Instacart. I kid you not. I was dropping off an order and got a text with pictures of the client in the gown on Hollywood's red carpet. And I was doing Instacart to help fund my business for things that I had bigger goals for. And I'm like, okay, I need this by this, and I'm doing whatever it takes. And that's not attractive to a lot of people. You know, it's not sexy. But for me, the feeling was so affirming, and it was so gratifying, and it reminded me of how important it is to never take your eyes off of the goal and the plan, no matter what it looks like or no matter what it feels like. And it also reminded me that, or not even reminded me, but it taught me that a lot of what we're seeing, or how we perceive success to feel or look a certain way, is not even that at all. It comes at the most mundane moments, or the most crazy experiences that just, what do they say? An overnight success takes 10 years. And that's so true, because something can just like switch like that. And from the Little Mermaid premiere gown, like Thrilla Seven propelled even further, you know? So it's just so crazy to like tie all those things together at one time, but the reality of what it was. So.
No, that's kind of, it's cool.
Thanks.
Had to ask,
Great
Well,
chat.
I mean, since you asked one of my Q&As, because I had a tie-in with that, I wanted to know, having seen that happen to you, you know, in terms of the work that you've seen, like now be, you know, publicized in the way it has, and seeing the growth. When it comes to some of the work that you want to do in the future, who, like, is there a particular artist, or is there a particular celebrity that like you just have on your mind, like, I would fall out if this person wore my clothes?
Robin, Rihanna, Fenty is at the top. Top of my list. Absolutely the top of my list. Everything that she entails when it comes to how she decided to go after her life's work, is all the things for me. It makes sense to lean heavily into who you are, what you are, how you are that person, and then not just being one thing, allowing yourself to do all the things that you're genuinely passionate about or interested in, and making sure that you don't cut corners on them too. She's propelled and excelled at all the things that we see that she's decided to put, her name on. But so have I, child. And I want to make sure that I just, it's not an if, it's a win.
When?
100% a win.
I love that. I love
not
that.
an if. But when I get my shot, this is why you got to stay ready, because the minute I get the shot, she's like, girl, why weren't you in the camp all this time? Yeah. But she's my main for sure.
And then, I think.
So wait, you got a piece already made for her? Like, how are we going?
No, I have concepts.
Okay.
I definitely have concepts. Like with each season that we get introduced, like, cause now we got Mama Riri, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's still fly, but she's not like boobs out Riri, But each season,
is she still birthday cake? Riri? I don't think she is.
Wait, what's that? Oh, the song. Yes.
I don't know if she birthday cake Riri.
She's gonna be whatever Riri you want her to be.
Yeah.
But in your mind. But I think that she's done a fantastic job of, maintaining, just being honest about what she wants to take on in life and doing it well. And that's the inspiration to me.
Man, you mentioned something about designers you had. I think we were talking about this in the car.
Oh, no, I mean, it wasn't, I had a question on designers, but that wasn't my one question. My one question was, if you had 4 people, right, that you can take from the past, bring back, right, to spend one day with, like who would the 4 people be?
From the past, so they've left us already?
They have.
I would say my first one would be Selena. Okay. So I always, Lord rest her soul, I won't say Selena Q. Mm-hmm. I've always been, so Crooklyn and Selena they both are my favorite movies. Okay. One day one is number one, the other day is another. They're both my absolute favorite movies. Her like life, even though it was cut too soon, how she went after her vision and how she made sure she was the best that she could possibly be at it, and the spin that she put on her creativity and her style and how she set trends and all of that, it was organic and it was genuine. And my style has kind of always been a reflection of that. I've always loved Selena.
That's where your inspiration comes
some
from.
Of it.
Some
of
it.
But some of it. Definitely high waist, bustiers, and pin up hair, like all of that. Oh yeah, to this day. Aretha Franklin.
Okay.
Hands down, Aretha Franklin. I could have said her first, but Aretha Franklin is like down south. She was a PK, I believe. Yeah, she was a PK. And she just decided, hey, I'm going to do this thing. Like it or not.
Unapologetic.
I'm going to be myself. And she did it. Aretha Franklin used to go on stage with her pocketbook. She would get paid first for her gigs, and she would walk on stage with her pocketbook. And she would sit it down on a stool.
Oh, no.
Or she would sit it right back. She did not play.
Keep an eye on it.
Listen. Yes, Miss Aretha. But no, I just loved how she has always been able to map out like storytelling in her music, and you could feel all of the emotion in her music. And she allowed herself to feel and love and be transparent about her emotions, good, bad, or indifferent. It all came through her music. And she had a great range. She didn't have a problem with being daring and frisky and all that other stuff. Miss Aretha, believe it or not. But yeah.
I mean, that aligns with Thrilla Seven.
Come on and talk about it. Absolutely.
Hey.
Michael Jackson, because of his creativity and because of the way that he went after his creative, that goes without saying. I don't have to dig into why Mike.
MJ.
Fourth one? It's not Dead or Alive.
You can throw one in there. You can throw it Alive. Have a convo with him.
Bessie Johnson. The designer Bessie Johnson.
Okay.
Oh, dang. 4.5, 5. I'll just say 5.
You can give honorable mentions.
Honorable mention. Sorry, Miss Johnson. I'm gonna move her and bring out Mugler. So Thierry Mugler is one of my favorite designers, and he has passed. But yeah, it's his design aesthetic and how he just pushed the envelope on everything that he created. It allowed you to look at something that you were familiar with, whether it be a suit or whether it be a dress, that obviously the structure and silhouette were very, very similar to what we're used to seeing, but how he pushed the envelope on how he portrayed it to the world. Absolutely. So,
Chef's kiss.
Yeah.
Chef's kiss.
So
Yep.
4.5, 5.
5.
Yeah.
All right, yo, Mike, give us 2-3 people you would bring back.
Oh man, that's a good one. Man, I would say I wasn't prepared for this question. But off the top, if there's 2 people I would bring back, it would be, goodness. This is also for different reasons. Stokely Carmichael.
Hmm.
And I would bring back, goodness, man, that's a good one, bro. I think I would probably bring back Richard Pryor.
Oh, that's a good one.
I think I would bring back Richard Pryor. I think, and the reason why, and this is kind of connected, but I would say both of them are fearless.
Mhm.
Both of them are fearless. I think they stood for something. They also, like, at least with Richard Pryor, he dealt with addiction, but he also was a king of his time. And I love how unapologetic he was and how he laid the foundation for the greatest comedians we've ever seen. There's not one if it's almost the same as like when Michael Irvin talked about the number 88. You can't mention 88 in a and I'm an Eagles fan, so go Birds. But like, you can't mention the number 88 without talking about Michael Irvin.
Yeah.
It's the same thing as saying you can't talk about comedy without mentioning Richard Pryor, because he was just such. And then I also think, like, I don't know. I just think of Harlem Nights. How much I love, and I knew I love that movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say that if you wanna hop in there.
Oh yeah, I would definitely do Jesus Christ.
That should have been the first. Ain't no laughing, because that's for real. Talk
Jesus
about
Christ is number 1.
Why didn't I start with that? That's a good.
Kobe Bryant and Nipsey Hussle, if I'm doing 3.
That's a really good list. That's a good list.
Imagine it. Lord, never mind. Go ahead.
A nice day with them 3.
I was gonna say, imagine
And if I had the honorable mention, I'm throwing Bernie Mac in there so we can have some fun.
Oh, I forgot about
Bernie.
Man,
That's my
a
4.
good thing. Nah, for real. I would go to dinner with all 5 of y'all together. That would be great.
Word.
That's a nice balance.
Mm-hmm.
And then like play ball after.
Yeah,
'Cause,
talk to Jesus Christ, figure out my life,
Nah, facts.
see the future.
Like, what are you doing for real? Like, cause I'm sitting here right now.
And you're not leaving without a blessing.
Yeah, come on, talk about it.
You're not
But
leaving.
like, what's your plan? Like, cause I'm just all right.
Yeah.
Nah, that's real.
That's a good. No, that's really a good. You had that in the tuck because you.
Yeah. I felt like you already prepped that.
Yeah, because we were like,
I was just thinking because like I'm, Kobe too, like.
Yeah, nah.
Some good.
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah,
that.
Some good combos, like some encouraging words, when then I'm good.
No, everything, when you think about it, you're going to leave feeling blessed.
Mm-hmm. You're going to have some laughs.
You're going to have some laughter.
With Bernie.
Mm-hmm.
Then she's going to make you feel like you can take over the world.
Yep.
And then going to give you that discipline.
That discipline to keep it all together, to make sure you got good balance.
It's not bad, man.
Let's call up the hotline. We're going to call Jesus up on the hotline.
Yeah.
Tell him to let us make that happen.
Yeah. Yeah. Is there, before we do your plug-in, is there anything else that is on your mind that you want to get off when it comes to just overall the fashion show, Thrilla 7, or at least what you want people to take away from like you as a creative entrepreneur?
Mm-hmm.
Before you answer that, right? Because I was thinking about this. What is, if there's like one thing that, or one piece of advice you could give someone, right, who might be talented, might be you at 16 or 17, but might not know what to do, or just doesn't, like, what advice could you give them? Like, we're about empowering the next generation, correct? So that's the reason why, like, more or less I asked that, is because there's people that, want to get quick, rich quick or blow up. But like you're saying, 15 years, I'd rather be around for 15 years and have my name somewhere. Like, so maybe, what one piece of advice you would give someone?
I have a few. So the first thing I will say, and it kind of encompasses everything, is about things to not be prideful of. So my advice would be stemmed in things to not be prideful of. And the first thing to not be prideful of is being honest about what you need help with, right? So I think a lot of times people are so gung-ho about perfection first, or making sure that they have everything just right before they get started. But getting started where you are just gets you there so much quicker. You think about wanting to go somewhere fast. You never want to just get there fast, but you'll get there much quicker if you stop leaning into the idea of perfection. Because after all, I mean, you can polish stuff all day long. You can, if I bought you a pair of dress shoes right now and you polish them down, you're still capable of getting them scuffed up the minute you walk out the door. So I just say, buff as you go, start with where you are. Don't be too prideful about needing help, or being honest about receiving information and not just sitting on the idea that it has to be perfect before you start. The second thing is making sure that you are okay with the pace that you're going. So from the outside looking in, like we were talking about earlier, you might think that you should be further along at a certain time, or you should be reaching this stage at a certain time. And every single step that you take is going to be exactly how you need to take it when you need to take it. Just make sure that you're being receptive to either wise suggestions from either mentors or people who are helping you along your path. Don't be so closed out to strictly on what your vision is that you're not receptive to, what they're giving you as tools to help propel you. And then also, this is something that I weigh very, very, very heavily on, is to never abandon your discernment, no matter how embarrassed you might be by it. Because a lot of times discernment looks like at the last minute, you might have to pivot. And there's a lot of things involved, money, people, ideas, and things. And you might be super, super embarrassed to be like, yeah, I shouldn't do this. And a lot of times people ignore that and they do it anyhow. And you end up slowing yourself down when you do that tremendously. So I think if you're, like you said, 16, 17, 18, whatever age you are, some people start even earlier, even later. If you're later on it, way later in life, if you are doing a thing and something is teaching you that in this moment you have healthy discernment to pivot, no matter how embarrassed you are by it, do it. Because in the long run, you'll be so grateful that you did it. It's actually much, much more noble to bow out than it is to, commit to something that you're either half-assing, half-hearting, or not putting your full intention or your full purpose into. Because you're only showing up as half of a vessel and not in all the ways that you're supposed to be living out in this world and, your assignment on your life. So those are the top 3 that I would give to anybody. And I think that kind of encompasses everything.
Good question, bro.
Yeah, that was really good. That was a good question.
Hey,
Okay.
we can do our plug-in.
Oh, okay. So, yes. So on July 11th, 2026, we are going to have the Thrilla 7 finally debut runway collection fashion show in Philadelphia. And for all of the viewers, if you want to attend, which I hope every single one of you attend, we are welcoming every single one of y'all with open arms. Use the code at Thrilla7, THRILLASEVEN, finally.eventbrite.com. Use the code BPPOD for a discount off your tickets. The actual event itself is going to be equipped with a cocktail hour. We have a nice lineup of live music as well. We have activations, which I won't get too much into about that. And of course, the runway show itself. And it's going to be Philadelphia's full skyline view as your backdrop. So just think about that. A nice, warm summer day. We're going to pray it don't rain. But anyway, so yes, definitely tap into that. If you want to support or buy anything from Thrilla, you can always go to www.thrilla7.com. But the new collection will be available after the show. And on all socials, it's Thrilla Seven, ThrillaSeven. And I'm Miss Thrilla, MISSTHRILLA. That's it.
Thank you for coming on.
Yes.
I appreciate it
so
like
much.
2.5 years.
I know.
But yo, real quick, thought it was funny, right? I was like thinking about, because when he put connection on the outline, I was like, yo, what is my connection, right? So I thought it was funny. Never forget it. Biology, Mr. Jeffrey's classroom. You came in to turn in something because you were transferring. And I was like, hey, hi, Cierra. You actually waved back. You were like, hey, little co. I was like, I thought I felt popular at that moment. Yeah.
That's funny.
I love that. Thank you for. Oh, that sounds dope. That sounds just like me too. Like I literally always been like this. Like that's so crazy.
Always bubbly, always nice.
Oh, thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, no problem.
God, Mr. Jeffries.
Yeah.
Oh, I vibe with him so much. Wow, memory lane. Thank you for sharing that.
Be old, bro.
No, thanks.
Yo. Well, no. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
On behalf of the Black Privilege Podcast, we thank Thrilla Seven CEO Cierra Jaye for being here. We're excited for your fashion show. I will be there in the building supporting, as you know.
Thanks.
And to our audience, thank you so much for tuning into this episode. We love you all, and be sure to like and subscribe on our YouTube page, on Instagram, all of that. And make sure, if you haven't bought a ticket, please make sure you buy a ticket.
Thank you.
For finally.
Yeah, we're trying to sell out. We are going to. But
We're going to sell out.
Yeah. With all that, we want to say peace.
Every profit from these prophecies and make them what they mean. This is motivation for me.